With Sam being done carrying Frodo up to Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring, Sam Astin has decided to carry another heavy load, the SAG-AFTRA, by becoming the president. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, if he can actually bring this organization to glory from the last time that they've had their rounds. Because, well, let's be honest here, the SAG-AFTRA union is kind of falling behind a little bit with the decline of Hollywood, the decline of their stars right now, with a lot of their Hollywood movies falling. So it'll be interesting to see if he's actually able to create a great deal with the movie producers and streamers right now. But let's get into that in a little bit more. I just want to go over kind of the words what he had to say when he got elected. Now is a time for optimism and creativity. I am thrilled that the members have allowed me to lead our storied organization out of this challenging moment and into a future defined by confidence, progress, and fierce advocacy. I'm excited to get to work. So I'm glad that he's excited, but he doesn't really give us a whole lot more what he's actually going to be doing with this statement. Now, we also have his running mate, who is apparently in an opposing faction. They create a coalition for the two of them to win, and Ms. Heard here had to say about her position: I'll guard and grow the union's resources. Our industry is at a transitional moment, and we are facing real challenges, but I'm optimistic and ready to fight. So at least she's ready as well and has a good team. The unfortunate thing is, though, it's kind of a continuation of the last SAG-AFTRA president, Fran Doscher. So Fran Doscher, she's currently the one that signed the last deal that had some protection for AI protection for the actors, but not much. And it's slowly eroding over the course of time. And, well, what I mean by slowly eroding, well, let's just go look at see how many people were actually interested in voting for this very important position. 17.34% of people voted in this election, according to ballots that were collected and associated with their members. Before that, back in 2023, the turnout was 22.84%, and before that, it was 26.49%. So it has been declining year after year. So your members aren't even caring about the most important position that you had. Now, Sean Astin and his running mate, they did get 80% of the vote, but who were they running against? Who got the other 20% of the vote? Well, let's go ahead down here because they have that individual in this article. So I just want to show you that as well. That'll be Savan and Atiek. Now, they were critics of the COVID-19 vaccine mandates on the union producers or productions and Austin's non-union work on the Lord of the Rings. Now, two things about this. So, the Lord of the Rings work, that was over 2 decades ago. I get that you want to have only people that were in the union, representing the union. Totally get that. But that was 2 decades ago. I don't really know of any other union work that he's been doing right now. Non-union work. So, give the guy a little bit of a break there. Now, for the COVID-19, if you were to say strongly against the COVID-19 mandates, great. What about for everybody else around the country? Were you also saying like, hey, this is dumb, we should not be mandating it? Probably not. I mean, you're in the Hollywood sphere. I'm going to presume you're pretty heavily liberal. You just didn't want it in your industry. Fine, whatever. I get protecting your industry, but still it would be nice to see if you have a bit more respect for others. Just saying out there. What else he wanted to do is he also wanted to overhaul the union's AI protection and expand members across to union health plans. Now, he probably want to get more protection than was provided in the last talks, but let's be honest, AI is coming. AI is really, really good right now. It's going to get better and better and better. I have some conversations with some people that I work with, and they don't agree with me that AI is going to be completely taking over the space in about 5 to 10 years from now, and I don't see how it doesn't. I don't see how you don't just have an AI model creation that can have your actors move in a particular way that you haven't filmed before. Now, true, I think there's always going to be a place for actually having physical actors because I think it's just better. Like, you can take a look at some things and just see CGI and see how horrendous it is, whereas practical effects tend to be better. Now, in this situation, it's going to be hard, man. I think you're going to have a really hard time in saying what is better here and what is worse, but I think you always want to have real actors in these positions. So I think right now SAG-AFTRA is making the best deal that they can, but over the course of a period of time, it doesn't bring down the rates. If it's not getting better for the studios, I don't think there's going to be much hope for the actors in the future. At least not have a great deal. And the union health plan, sure, great, But in order to have a union health plan, you need to have people working. And right now, if we're looking at just Marvel and over at Warner Bros., Hollywood's failing right now. All their blockbusters are just dying. Like, people are like, oh, well, wait, what about Superman? Superman failed, man. Like, at the very least, you can say maybe it broke even. It didn't succeed. It didn't hit the $1 billion. It broke even at best. And we have the Fantastic Four film that has done okay, but it doesn't do amazing. And now we're supposed to be hyping up for Avengers Doomsday. Like, Marvel's dead at this point in time. They just need to completely scrap it, get rid of Kevin Feige, and start from the beginning, like they did back in the early mid 2000s. That's what you need to do. At least that's my opinion of what needs to happen here. Now, with that said, Sean Astin and his co-runner don't have all that much time because they have discussions coming up in about a year now, June 30th, 2026, when they have to renegotiate their deals with the Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Procedures. Now, they did come up with their own statement congratulating Sean Astin on winning, and they look forward to working on the unions, wherever they consider important. So we'll see if they get manhandled or they're actually able to come out strong. There's nothing in this article that's saying how the union is changing its perspectives on how exactly Sean Astin is going to take it into a different direction, how he's going to spread the actors across the United States, that Hollywood is just too expensive, it's too much to make films anymore. We're going to focus more into Georgia, more into Texas, where we have these budding film areas going on. They did mention that they want to bring back film production back to the United States, which is kind of difficult at the moment because everyone has gone over to the UK and overseas for A, cheaper labor, and B, you get a whole bunch of film credits. So I don't know if we'll get the same kind of rebuilding over here in the United States, especially with how much California is falling. But I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this whole situation. Do you think Sam can carry SAG-AFTRA up the mountain and succeed? Or do you think he's just going to be carrying them up to throw them into the mountain of fire? I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are down below. And I appreciate you guys watching the video. Y'all take care now. Bye.